Okay, so it seems like a lot of these cool golf people have names, acronyms to describe their swing, right? And even though I'm not a proponent of one exact type of swing, I do believe there's some components that are similar to all good golf swings, but I'm mostly doing this for fun because I want to have an acronym. So I'm going to make my acronym, and maybe it's a useful, maybe it'll be a useful, you don't have to use mine, but find a useful name or something that reminds you of your sequence, right? So my flaw that it comes and goes, but when I revert, what I go back to is I go up and back pretty good, and then I turn too soon, right? That's the classic over-the-top type move. Instead of shifting first and then turning, I just turn too soon, basically. That's as complicated as it gets. So the one I came up with, because I thought the name sounded cool, is, I'm going to call mine Heave, which I believe in. Feel that it's heavy. I took that name from gravity golf, actually. It describes the first move as a heave. So instead of just bringing it back, you heave it into motion. What that does is makes you use your energy earlier and makes you react as if you're working with a heavy object like this is, which is why this is heavy, right? It makes you do that. So heave back, heave, and then elevate. If it was a club, I wouldn't bring this back that far, but elevate, let the club elevate, and then ground yourself, and then energize. Good. Heave up, ground, energize. So part of the ground does two things: save the hit a little bit, but then also gives you something to move with when you get the ground and then use it to go through the ball. So that's the part. Energize. That's where all the force is in the swing, right? Everything else is getting this back there, getting it into the right place, and then boom, energize it. So it's also, I used 4 parts, partly because the timing of a swing is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty much when you measure every good swinger. Some of them do it a little faster or slower overall, but most good golf swings are on a timing of 1, 2, 3, 4. So my swing is going to be called heave up, ground, elevate, or energize, ground, energize. There's the force, so we'll give it a go. Heave up, ground, energize. Alright. And my energize, I tried elevate first and I thought that's not quite right. It's because it makes you think of swinging up. Even though your shoulder is going up, I like to think of the club as moving as flat along the ground through this as possible. I think that gets you the most reliable motion. You can do a little bit of a draw version or a little bit of fade, but you want to be doing this thing where that's happening through the ball. So that's the boom, right through the ball. That's energize. So we try again. Pretty good. A little bit of a pull. Very solid though. Very solid. I would just not aim quite right. So there you go. It's the huge swing, as you may have noticed. So it's fun. It's the huge swing. Give it a try.